We're live.
We're working. We're in the lab, and we're gonna make sure this happens as soon as possible.
Emergency dispatch in seconds. You can see where it's happening.
Welcome to an episode of the Sports Genes Into the Lab podcast, where sports analysts and experts dissect the latest news from the NBA and NFL, giving you a unique view on some of the hottest topics around your favorite teams. From the fresh field smells of the NFL to the hardwood courts of the NBA, and possibly your comfy couch for your fantasy football team. Let's see what kind of news the lab is working with today. Here's your host from the Sports Analytics headquarters in San Antonio, Texas, Ernest Silva.
It's a beautiful night here in San Antonio, Texas. I am Into Lab movie studio right now. I'm your host, Ernest Silva. At Into Lab Pod is where you're watching this, where you can catch all the greatest stuff from BCMG. I am with the Fantastic Four on your screen. That's right. We'll start off with, of course, the wonderful co-host of Season 4. That is right. Kenny Cotterill. What's up, buddy?
Canada lost, so my life's in shambles. I have a good marriage, but if Canada can't win, then, like, what's the point? It's just hard times up north. Could barely get out of my driveway today. Someone rang my doorbell at 5:30 this morning, needed their car pushed out. Like, I'm going through it. UC Irvine and San Diego State, bet them on the over tonight. And yes, let's have a good show.
That's great. That's great. I'm glad you're doing well, Kenny. At least you're still Canadian. Andrew, what's going on, bud? It's good to see you. How's it going today?
Also a little heartbroken over the whole situation. I do want to give a shout out to Alphonso Davies, though. First goal in Canadian history. It was pretty amazing to watch in the first minute of the game. I thought we were on top of the world for a large minute there, and then it all came crumbling down. But yeah, and congratulations to the Americans today. Well done, fellers. Well done.
Oh, yeah, you big soccer fans. You guys love the sport.
I mean, it's called football, first off. But
that's not what you've been saying the last month.
The fact that it's called soccer is trending in American Twitter is pretty bad. Pretty bad. Let's go to my other person who's still in the World Cup. Just Luke, what's up, bud?
Hey, we're still in the World Cup. It's Victory Tuesday. I mean, what else do I need right now? And I'm on with you guys. I mean, obviously I need to go to Ernest's kitchen, but that's besides the point. I guess.
For those of you not backstage with us, we had the reason we're starting 15 minutes late is because we got to watch Londo just walk into the house and raid the fridge before coming up to the studio. And you know, he went from everything from chicken to corn casserole to a Rice Krispies treat, and it was just it was a journey.
Wash it down with a fantastic beverage.
Yes, yeah, with a beer. So he's enjoying himself watching the Warriors play, and we're gonna kick things off. So this is a football show. We are gonna talk some football. Before we do that, though. Let's hear about BCMG and why we are powered by Blue Collar Media Group. If you don't know our saying, it's right. It is better together. And we made a short video this year to talk about why that is that.
Happy Thursday, y'all. Happy Thursday.
I'm your host, Andrew Kahn. This is the Boomtown Pod.
Add Into the Lab Pod is where you're watching today's stream.
Stuck him!
It is Blue Collar Game Day. I am your host.
I got a kill!
Welcome
welcome to episode 277 of the Official Butthole Podcast. Got it.
Beautiful.
Better together.
Better together.
We're better together.
Better together.
Better together.
Blue Collar Media Group, BCMG's Better Together. We try to bring in streamers, content creators, shows, podcasts, all alike to come and be a part of the family. Join BCMG today. All right. So, we always like to start off our show with just kind of a look into the Listener League. Now, usually it's a joke because of Kenny, but I had to come showcase. I've won 3 in a row, so I'm really excited about
this godforsaken league.
Kenny,
oh God!
Kenny ended up on the board again today.
I set a lineup. I want to clarify. I set a lineup.
Kenny's over here featured on the biggest blowout of the week. He lost by 82 points. And he did set a lineup. So I just want to kind of dive into the lineup real quick.
We have to dive into it too, eh? Yeah, sure.
This
I'd
is
love
so
to.
detailed. I guess this is not exactly.
Go to the box score.
Oh,
Go
there's
to
the
the
box
box
score.
score.
Yeah, you're right. There you are. And so I think you might have lost every single matchup on here. I mean, it's not a terrible lineup. Christian Kirk didn't work out for you this week. But
even Najee had a touchdown, got hurt. Travis Etienne went out after 2 carries. Kamara fumbled twice.
Rough week.
It's just
at 26 yards.
It's just a really rough week for Kenny this week.
It's just
I just want
team he had everybody getting TDs too.
I'll go back, Kenny. I'm not going to leave it there. If we go back, we take a look at everybody else's score. The 200-point queen. Rachel's had like 4 200-point weeks this week. Her team is ridiculous. Another 200-point week. I think she locked in the playoffs. Plus Walker had that big blowout win. You saw it locked in the playoffs. Even Coach Peanut locked into the playoffs. So we have a lot of teams kind of etchy for those last 3 spots. I'm at 7-5 here. Jay Tanamachi, the listener, great friend of the show, 7-5. So Steve, the general riser, you might have seen him on here, but he's on this listener league. He is in the 6th spot right now.
Can we highlight one thing?
Uh-huh.
Look at the points against.
Okay, actually, I was gonna go there just to make you feel better. I was gonna go there because you can change this to where it says power rankings. And Kenny, you are not last. Okay, you are actually at the top. So if you look at power rankings, look where you are. You're number 4. You're number 4 in the league. I just wanted to point that out. You have a good team.
I have an average of people putting up 152 points a week against me.
That's bad.
That's like, who's the next
Where are
closest
you?
on that list? 1760. So a full 70 points more.
1,831 points against you. Yeah, that's nuts. I just Kenny's having a rough season. It's a rough season, but
it happens.
It's okay. That's fantasy football. Is
Luke okay? Thought he froze.
Yeah, I think he's good again. It looks like Coach Peanut's chiming in. # better together. I like Deshaun in Cleveland. We're going to talk Deshaun in Cleveland.
Don't even start with that.
This week. Definitely don't want to rub you wrong, Coach. So stay here and stay tuned.
He's getting rubbed.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Round 1 is news from around the league. We're going to start this off right. We're not going to start off in Cleveland. But we are going to start off right. For all you fantasy football folks, don't forget you can comment questions about your fantasy football lineups. We'll do our best to give you the worst possible advice, and then you'll choose the opposite about what we say. Cardinals and Panthers are on a bye week this week, so let's be careful with those Sam Darnold
Is that 2 players that matter?
James Conner and Andre Hopkins.
And
If you're
DJ
starting
Moore.
Kyler, I guess. Maybe.
Deontay Foreman.
Yeah,
I'm not
Foreman's
going
been
there.
I will say Foreman's been a fantasy beast, that's for sure. But
Well, that'll happen when you play Russell Wilson and he throws for 90 yards.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's run through last week's games. Turkey Day rundown. The Bills survive in a close one. Kenny predicted 19.5 points. That didn't come to fruition. The Cowboys
plus 19.5. You guys didn't get that?
No, you definitely said
okay.
minus 19.5
Right.
Bills. The Dallas Cowboys looked very mediocre in the first half, but then looked spectacular in the second half with that beatdown against those New York Giants. And then the Vikings showcase their powers. They have a bounce back week against Steve's Giants. Of the three games, which one kept you turkey fed and humble? I'll start with you, Kenny. Which game was the best for you?
We don't eat turkey on American Thanksgiving, so I kind of just watch football.
On a Thursday.
I was at work. The Bills was pretty cool, but if I'm being perfectly honest, I had the World Cup on TV. So I barely watched the Bills. They were playing the Lions. Who cares? Dallas, I mean, I would hope that they can beat the Giants, like the biggest frauds ever. And then the Vikings showed that even when New England has a great offensive day, they're still a bottom half team in the AFC, regardless of what the record says.
So your answer is the Cowboys.
I guess.
Andrew, what about you?
I parlayed all three money lines, so that paid like $10.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, at least you got something out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was a little. For me, I would honestly say the Bills surviving. I mean, Detroit played a hell of a game, man. They played a really, really good game. I honestly thought they deserved the win. And then, of course,
not just the story of the Lions season.
Man,
absolutely.
They've lost, and I couldn't believe the stat. 7 games between a 3-point to 5-point spread. That's insane.
They did that last year too. And they're still figuring out a way to win a couple more.
And they're still in the playoff hunt.
They are still in the playoff hunt, which is crazy.
So bad.
They're not. It's like when we said that the Cowboys won the playoff hunt last year at 6-10. That embarrassing statistic. But I mean, it's awesome to see that Detroit's playing meaningful games, and I think it's good for their team to have 60,000 people in attendance this year, which was really, really good for them. They've got something cooking with Williams and Swift out of the backfield. They've got something special. They got Williams coming out now. Goff has played pretty damn well this year. For as much as we poop on Jared Goff, he's played smart football in the last 6 games. So they're a team that's turned the corner. And man, who wouldn't want to play for Dan Campbell? Like that guy, I want to run through a goddamn building for. He is just the biggest motivator. He wants nothing but success for his team, and they're turning it around. So I would say that was the best game. Cowboys scary in the first half, came back, figured it out, wasn't really surprised. And with the Vikings, again, I agree with Kenny's statement. The Patriots on their best offensive day still couldn't beat the Vikings.
Can we talk about just how crazy the NFC wildcard is right now?
I know.
Think this is the teams right now. So Dallas, obviously, you're expecting them or Philly to be one of the teams. The next 5 teams are the Giants, the Commanders, the Seahawks, the Falcons, and the Lions. There is no Packers, Cardinals, Saints, Rams. All the teams that we thought were going to be wild card or division winners, and they are nowhere to be found.
It's the wild NFC. Like
it's nuts.
It's like all of them have these puncher chance days, and other weeks they just look like absolute garbage. It's like crazy. Luke, I'm going to get your take on Turkey Day. Who's favorite game?
I'd probably just go with the Bills in Detroit just because, I mean, again, Josh Allen shows that he can win a game in actually under 20 seconds. So, I mean, that was an absolute laser. I mean, he got it. He got it in there. So,
like,
I mean,
I really want to dig Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, that would be like a fun Super Bowl would be see the brothers the entire game.
But yeah, I mean, I think they're trending in the right direction on offense. They're starting to run the ball better, not with just Josh Allen alone, Devin Singletary. For all you guys that had him in fantasy, it's finally starting to pay off now. Only 12 weeks into the season, but it's actually starting to pay off now. So they're running the ball better. His arm, I think he's still pressing. I think he's still pressing way too much. I don't think that arm's still. I think it's still bothering him. He's not going to say it is, and no one is going to say that it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like he's just pressing way too much, even though they're getting the run game going. I don't know. Something just seems off. That defense now without Von Miller, with no closer. I mean, that's brutal for them. I don't know how long he's out for, but that's a huge loss for that defense, who's been struggling as of late.
I saw a report today that said it wouldn't require surgery, but looks 6 to 8 weeks. So
yeah, it'll be
So the
playoffs
playoffs.
before he returns.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's returning and
hopefully
playing at some
Yeah.
sort of high level. Hopefully, right? Like that's
Yeah.
the hopeful part. I shout out Kirk Cousins, third win overall in his career in primetime. Very excited to see him get that third overall win.
Gets to change his playoff legacy when he gets to play the Commanders on wildcard weekend.
There you
Congrats,
go.
bud.
There you go. Huge stuff for him. Another big injury this week, Najee Harris last night, right? Considered week to week from the team. Probably not playing again this season is what the insiders are saying. So
Most likely.
that's going to be your Benny Snells, your Jalen Warrens for whoever kept him during his injury. And good luck to you. Let's talk about surging from the bottom this week, right? We had some upsets. Steelers, right? You guys are feeling really good. The Jaguars had their win this week. Really gritty win. The Raiders proved everybody wrong, winning in overtime again. And the Browns came up with the win as well. Let's pick one each. I'll start off with you, Andrew. How'd you feel about the Jags win this week?
I told you last week that I had no faith in the Ravens, and this confirmed it. That defense is a clusterfuck. How they gave up the second half that they did to Trevor Lawrence and the Jags with no Etienne is insane. I mean, I'm giving kudos to Doug Peterson for calling a hell of a second half. He had that team fired up, ready to go. It was a kind of a blah game for a long time, but the Ravens last week, like I said, they just kind of floated around. Lamar's been so hesitant. It's kind of weird. Like, he doesn't want to let go of the ball. And if he does, he's taking too long in the pocket. And teams are like, okay, well, we'll let you throw it. But you don't have anybody to throw to anymore. Mark is banged up. They had 3 drop balls in the end zone for touchdowns.
Beautiful balls.
Like guys like Mark Andrews, who never in the red zone, they're always a threat, was dropping balls. So, I mean, realistically, I think this says more about how bad the Ravens are executing right now than it is the Jags. But congratulations to the Jags, man. They've been in so many close games this year. It's good to see them finally get one.
Yeah, Luke, I'll go back over to you with the Steelers. Steelers pulled the upset last night. You weren't really feeling upset. You thought they should have been favored. You thought they were playing well because you picked them. So did Andrew. How do you feel about the Steelers in after Monday night?
You know, they played classic Steelers football. They ran the ball good. They didn't turn the ball over, and they made plays on defense. And that's all I can really ask for out of this team this year, honestly. If you can give me that effort every week, I'm not going to be mad about the eventual outcome of these games. I respect Mike Tomlin, but it was a gritty win, especially on the road, backs against the wall kind of deal. Najee going down, Jalen Warren out, Benny Snell having to come in, Kenny Pickett. You can say whatever you want about the kid. I will listen to the critics all day. He's not turning the ball over, and you can see the progression from the start of the game to the end of the game. There's many reads in the first quarter that he doesn't make, and by the third and fourth quarter and after halftime, he makes the correct read and he gets the ball to the correct person. So he's making progress, which is huge for a guy that shouldn't have been a first-round draft pick, but was. I digress. Could have been a top second, whatever. He's making progress. He's not turning the ball over. You can see the energy the team has when he's in command of the offense. And people say, he was 20 for 28 for 175 yards, no touchdowns, no INTs. Okay, that's fine. You can say that. They didn't need him to throw for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah.
And they haven't needed it. They just haven't. They've stuck to the game plan. They've played great defense when TJ Watt has come back, and they've been running the ball better. Not significantly better, but they've been running the ball better and attempting more in between the tackles, hard-nosed Steelers football downhill. But now with Najee being out, that hurts. Hurts.
If you're a fan, right, you're hoping to lose some more of these games, right? You want a higher pick, I would think.
So before we won this game, we were at 8. So, and I really feel like 8's kind of like a weird zone to be in too. So, the rest of the schedule, it's tough. I don't know. I mean, we're at the Falcons this week, which could go either way. I mean, I truly, it could go either way. I really don't know where that's going to go. Then we're home versus the Ravens, home versus the Panthers, home versus the Raiders, home versus the Ravens, home versus the Browns. So it's like, I don't really know. I could see us going 3-3, or I can see us going 0-5 or 0-6. Like I really don't know, especially with these new injuries. It's tough to tell. Best case scenario, go 3-3, finish the season, just get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm y'all, I just sit Najee rest of the year, right? Let him get right.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. Yeah, he's done.
All right, Kenny, I'll do my 30-second take last on the Raiders. What are your takes on the Browns winning this week?
I mean, if they don't, then like Sean's going to need a different kind of therapy because he's not allowed to get the other kind. So I don't know. I don't love Cleveland's chances. They have a couple tough division games coming up. He's going to be rusty as hell, having not played football in a year and a half. So I don't know. I think the idea of Cleveland is better than what it actually is. I think that they're going to be a 9-10 loss team, and that's not going to get it done in the AFC.
Yeah, good point. And Deshaun coming back is excited for some people. I know Coach Peanut's excited about that, but we'll see what kind of run they make. Very tough game for them this week. I know a lot of people are going to have different standards on that, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Raiders, it's basically Josh Jacobs or bust for the Raiders. Am I right? I mean, this is his season. The guy has 33 carries, 229 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6 catches, 74 yards. He got you 45 points in fantasy. It's just a monster week. He won 90% of games he was started in for fantasy football. That's nuts. So
contract
big. Yeah, exactly. Right. Like Josh Jacobs is doing exactly what he should have been doing the last 2 years, and he's doing it this year. So he's wrapping up in a pretty bow. He was questionable he's going to be missing practice all week. For those of you who are fantasy owners, I've heard that's nothing. That's just going to be rest at this point. But he will be playing. For the Raiders, though, way to wake up. Hall of Famer Derek Carr says that he's glad to have Josh Jacobs running full speed. And Devontae Adams, that's a joke about Devontae Adams. Other than Andrew, nobody really laughed. Kenny's in a really good mood. So I
just assume that the Raiders are going to win the whole month of December.
That's it, right? That's the culture.
Well, I just assume, looking at their schedule, that if they get past the Chargers at home this week, I'm not too concerned about their schedule. It's going to come down to how do they do the last couple weeks against San Fran and Kansas City.
True.
And if you're sitting at 8-7, then you got a great shot at making the playoffs. But
especially
you have to win out, because you're not going to beat both San Fran and Kansas City. You're probably likely to go 1-1, and maybe 9-8 gets you into the playoffs. And Josh McDaniels actually looks like he can somewhat coach football, even though he's a glorified offensive coordinator.
We will definitely have to see. And in case those of you who haven't heard it, just keeping it in the same division, Melvin Gordon was signed to Kansas City yesterday.
What?
Signed to their practice squad. He'll be elevated before this. Well, they played Denver twice, so I'm guessing that this is the revenge path for him.
All that man in Uber.
Did they just assume that because CEH is on IR, they needed a running back to fumble in important games?
I'm surprised they didn't call Lev Bell. It's not like he's doing anything besides getting knocked the fuck out.
Just want to put word out there for those of you who want to stash that. That's your choice. He plays Denver twice. All right. Last headline. Who's the best team in the NFL right now, Kenny?
Probably the Eagles still.
Kenny's right in the Eagles train. Andrew?
It's hard to say the Eagles aren't the best team, but the Eagles.
Luke?
I'll just say Kansas City so I don't get the goat fucking screaming in my face.
What? Do you really think it's... Oh, you think it's Kansas City? Yeah. I know what my answer is. I won't make you live through all of it. That's okay, guys.
Holy
it's a Dallas
shit,
Cowboys.
Holy fuck!
It's absolutely.
I mean,
Dallas
you could
Cowboys.
make a case for them being top 3 for sure with
They're
like all
definitely-
3 of the teams that we mentioned because Buffalo hasn't looked great. But
That
I mean,
defense, man.
I just can't put Dallas at 1 until they beat Philly late in the
They'll
year.
beat them at Christmas. I'm excited though. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to round 2, which is primetime pick'em. It's why most of you watch us, why most of you listen to this. Right after this short commercial break, which is as usual the BCMG Stream Team. If you haven't heard of the BCMG Stream Team, you've been living under a rock. Bunch of great content creators going into the final year. Our championship series tournament, December 10th, catching on the Holy Man's channel on Twitch.tv. But let's roll it and see who this stream team actually is comprised of.
Jags money line.
Jill going down the hill. Gonna go fetch Jack in his little pill. Jack feeling down and that's pretty bad. Let's go.
Oh! Yo! Clip that! Clip that headshot!
Nice.
No!
A pistol. What? Okay, that didn't count. Woo! Let's go, baby! Clutch it up. Yeah, I like it.
What? No way! Did that precision just kill me?
Let's go!
Nice, Papa!
Papa with the clutch kill at the end. Let's go.
Oh, I missed. That was bad.
Got him.
Nice.
Man, I'm going to go steal their shit.
That is definitely green.
You're dumb and it's orange.
We're both wrong, Red.
I could get that solo if I tried it a couple times, but we'll come back to it.
I'm fucking dick right now. Holy shit. Like, I fucking suck right now.
Yeah, I can tell.
All right, we are starting round 2 of the ITL NFL Primetime Pick'em Week 13. Here we go. We're going to start off with Thursday Night Football in a division rivalry matchup. Those New England Patriots are hosting the Buffalo Bills, both coming off Thursday Night Football, Thanksgiving football going into Thursday Night Football. So 1 week, no extra rest for either team. Bills 3-point favorites on the road. I'll start this one off with Andrew. Andrew, do the Patriots have a chance?
No, Bills win.
Bills win and cover. Andrew's first pick. Kenny.
Think in spite of Defensive Player of the Year Matthew Judon, it's not going to be enough. So I'm going to have to take the Bills to win and cover.
I've got the Bills to win and cover as well. You start all Bills players, and we have a
I started Isaiah McKenzie in a league last minute.
Oh, that's a good switch in. Shout out
Did
to
you leave
him.
him on the bench?
Another big week.
Yeah, like I pulled him. I pulled him from my lineup.
Oh, you didn't start him. Oh, I'm sorry, Kenny.
Well,
That's
it
right.
just sums up my fantasy week.
Luke, you're in a precarious situation here on our first game in primetime. Who are you taking?
No precarious situation at all. That is a Bills win, sir, and cover.
We've got
I think parlay wise though, I would feel more comfortable doing -2.5 if we're putting it on the parlay, just in case it's a field goal.
Yeah, make sure you mark that down as you're looking up these scores, Kenny, as we go through it and put it -2.5.
Do I have to?
Yeah, let's do it this week.
Okay, cool.
We got later Rebel Dre Rogers.
What the hell?
Nope, didn't work.
Nope.
He's frozen. It's all
Good.
right. We'll try to bring him on later. So Buffalo, our first BCMG guarantee. Wave those fingers in the air and wave them like you just don't care. BCMG guarantee number 1. That is right. Buffalo Bills -3 for the BCMG guarantee. We're going -2.5. So -2.5, and we're gonna ring it. That's right. BCMG guarantee. Bills -2.5. We move on to our noon featured game, which I was excited for Dre being here. We're doing Bears versus Packers for this game. Packers 4-point favorites on the road at Soldier Field. Disrespectful. Justin Fields is playing in this game. And so I'm surprised because Aaron Rodgers, they still don't know if he is playing, and Jordan Love is questionable. So I don't even know who's playing quarterback for Packers this week. I'll start this one off with
Fucking
Luke. Luke,
Matt
you got?
Barkley.
Yeah, it's probably fucking Matt Flynn. He ain't fucking doing nothing. Might as well dig him up out of the fucking grave of obscurity where he's at.
Tony Romo.
Fuck, man.
Tony
I don't
Romo.
if Justin Fields played, they could actually win this game. But I'm gonna go the Packers by 1.
Wow.
He's taking Packers to win this game on the road. Andrew.
Packers are on the road, hey? And
Mhm.
Rodgers, is it a broken rib or what is it?
It's a thumb.
Oh, yeah, the thumb thing, yeah. Ah, fuck. Jordan Love did look good, though. I'm going to go with the Bears.
Bears money line.
Yeah, safe money line.
He's taking Bears money line here. Kenny.
I mean, Justin Fields will probably look real sick for fantasy and then throw a pick at the end. So give me Packers -2.5.
He is taking Packers to win this game as well. I am taking the Bears to win this game. You don't bet against the Bears at Soldier Field in December. I'm taking the Bears to win this game, especially if Justin Fields is playing. Don't think the Packers are very good this year. I've said that since the very beginning, and I'll keep saying it every fucking week. All right, let's go to game of the week, which is going to be Bengals versus Chiefs, and a game that's going to be really fun to watch. The Bengals are on a 3-game win streak. They look very good. A lot of people didn't have them making the playoffs. That's changing their tune. The Chiefs 2-point favorites on the road. So Chiefs going to Cincy. Chiefs the favorites. I'll start this one off with you, Kenny.
Only an idiot wouldn't have the Bengals making the playoffs. Probably take the Chiefs, but not confidently, because they kind of showed last week, the Bengals did, that they have the Titans number and maybe they have Kansas City's number too. So kind of hoping that the Chiefs just come out and take care of business like they should have in the AFC Championship last year.
You taking the 2 points?
Yeah, I mean, if I can't take 2 points, then I should just go
true.
home.
That's very
go
true.
to that resort in Bali and listen to all that disco music.
That's true. I'm going to say the extra week of rest for Joe Mixon is going to come out very apparent early on. I'm taking Cincinnati to win this one in an upset and continue their winning streak with momentum into December. I think that with the return of Jamar Chase, that'll also draw some defense that way, and that'll free up some open lanes for Joe in the second and third quarter. So I'm taking Cincy to run away with this game in the latter part. I'm going to go over to Luke. Luke, who you got?
Samaje Perine not a scrub either, guys. Like, that man was running the ball and running with purpose, and especially getting down to the nitty gritty and the coldness in Cincinnati. I mean, why not take a chance on the Bengals? Jamar Chase could, from what I heard, could have played last week.
Yeah, they chose not to.
I could see him playing this week just because it's the Chiefs. And let's face it, T. Higgs is coming on.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
even T. Boyd's had massive
coming
games.
on.
Yes.
Like, they're coming on. So, like, yeah, that offensive line isn't great.
But they also get stronger.
Ted Karras came off the field and said, "Fuck you, Tennessee, shove it." And I was like, well, I think I like Ted Karras, so I'm gonna take the Bengals.
All right, that leaves you, Andrew. Andrew, who's that before I bring on Dre?
In wrestling terms, that was the greatest heel move in the history of existence. Fuck you, Tennessee. Woo! Give me I think with Mixon back, I think with Boyd cooking, like, people are don't appreciate what Tyler Boyd does. Give me Boyd. I go with the Bengals. They'll cover.
Dre, welcome to ITL. I told everybody you were here and then you were frozen, so I brought you back on, though. What's going on, man?
Says he's mute.
Got you.
But there, I couldn't take the mute button off. Team No Sleep, baby.
Who you got in Bengals versus Chiefs, Dre?
Yo, the Chiefs just got Melvin Gordon. That's a game changer right there. Especially, you've probably already brought this up. But no, I'm gonna take the upset. I'm gonna go with Andrew here. Let's go Bengals.
We already went over Chicago, Green Bay. You have a winner in that one?
The Bear. You know my answer for that one. Bears suck. We suck, but the Bears suck even more.
And we have the Patriots Bills that we went over. Who you got in Patriots Bills?
What's the other one? Patriots Bills.
Patriots Bills. Yeah.
Bills. Bills
right.
Mafia.
That takes us to ITL's game of the week. That's right, the Sunday night football matchup. You already know what's coming, guys. Let's just roll that damn tape. Cowboys versus Colts, where the Cowboys played 3 games in 11 days and are finally going to get some rest and play a Sunday night football game against the Indianapolis Colts. Cowboys 11-point favorites against a team that won't have a full week rest. I'll start this one off. I'm taking Cowboys to win in a landslide. The Cowboys are going to win this game by 3 touchdowns. It's going to be something along the lines of 34-13, something along that nature. Cowboys will come out firing early, have a 14-point lead early, play them all. Play them all fantasy-wise. That's right. Cowboys win this one in landslide. That's my first pick. Let's go over to you, Andrew.
Colts are terrible. I hope the team that shows up in the first half of that last game with 76 yards plays us that way in the first half, because this will be a 28-0 first half lead. I'm going to go with the Cowboys to cover for sure. I agree with you. Start everybody. And then by Monday afternoon, we're going to hear a signing announcement that Odell Beckham will be a Cowboy come Monday.
There you go. Kenny, going to you.
Colts will cover that, but Dallas should win. I'll say by 4 points.
All right, Kenny's going Dallas money line for this pick. Luke.
Cowboys win, Colts cover. I guarantee it'll be a last-second field goal or some dumb shit in garbage time. Never fails.
We've got 4 Dallas Cowboy picks there. Dre, you are on the hot seat. Who are you taking in this game?
I'm gonna take the upset here, and Zeke is gonna have more rushing yards than Tony Pollard. No. Just do it.
That's right. Wave your fingers in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Dallas money line has entered the parlay. A grand whopping money line entry there, but Dallas hits it. Are we good with Dallas -4, since that's where Kenny likes to keep the money?
I'm fine with it.
That's fine.
All right, we are going to roll Dallas -4 for the money line.
I'd go -6.
I don't know if Kenny feels comfortable with that, but we'll ask him.
-4 it is.
-4. We're going to keep it -4. That takes us to Monday Night Football, our final primetime pick 'em as we go into it. Buccaneers, 3.5-point favorites at home versus the Saints. Tampa Bay has looked very good as of late. I'll start this one off with you, Luke.
Fuck. I don't know. This is a fuck around and find out team.
Fact.
Like, oh my God. Where are they at? Is it at
Tampa?
In New Orleans?
Tampa.
Or in Tampa? I'll take Tampa, but fuck. It's really sad if I don't know if they're going to cover 3.5. Like that's so sad. Give me the Bucks and Saints cover.
All right, Tampa Bay money line is the first pick here with the Saints covering. Let's go to you, Dre. Who do you have in this game?
You know what? My boy Andy Dalton's magic is gone, unfortunately. And Brady finally found out that the way to get that offense rolling is to pass the ball to Godwin. I think he had 11 receptions last week. I'm taking the Bucks at home. But you know what? No, I think I'd be more comfortable with -3. So let's put the +3.5.
All right, so Dre's taking the money line for the Bucks. Kenny.
I'll take the Saints this week. They lost the first game. Jameis threw 3 picks that day. I still don't think Tampa are that legit. I think they kind of showed that against Cleveland last week.
Oof.
And I think they blow it again, and New Orleans finds a way to win this division game. So I'll take the Saints.
Kenny has been the king of upsets coming off a really good 12-4 week. So New Orleans money line there. Andrew.
Tampa's defense looks atrocious. And I mean, I know Andy Dalton's magic has run out, but Taysom Hill's looked good when he's had to come in there. Alvin Kamara, bro, you've got to figure this the fuck out. This has to be your comeback game after last week. This season as Alvin Kamara's been pathetic. So, I mean, I hope this is a redemption game, goes into Tampa and beats the Bucs. I'm going to roll with the Saints too.
All right, we have another Saints pick on the board there for Andrew. I'm going to roll Tampa Bay, and here's why, right? Tom hadn't beaten New Orleans, then had that Jameis Winston 3-interception help them get the win, but Tampa needs that statement win to make their run. And I do think
playoffs here, man.
I think they've looked better since I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and Tom has looked more Tom, and that speaks volumes for me in a division matchup. He knows when the games need to be won. I'm going to take Tampa Bay to win this game. I'm going to have them cover as well. I don't think it's going to be close. I think it's an 11-point game. I think New Orleans falls flat here. I still play your Chris Olaves if he's on your starting lineup. I don't think you take him away. And I think you have to play Kamara if you have him. So I don't think that matters. But you play your Tampa Bay starters. That's the
whopping 4 points I got from Kamara last week.
Yeah, you really don't have a choice. That's it for Primetime Pick'em. Don't forget, we'll talk all fantasy football throughout the whole show. If you have any questions, just pop them down or send them via Twitter to any one of us. Just get our @ handles throughout the show. Let's do a short break, and we're going to go right into fire round picks in just a moment. That's right. We are going to start off with a doozy. Texans versus Browns. Browns 7-point favorites on the road. We're going to go around. This is fire round picks. You're not familiar. We're just going to pick money line winners here on forward. Andrew, start us off.
Welcome back to Sean Watson, win and cover.
Kenny.
Welcome back to Sean Watson. You're going to be rusty as hell, so you'll win, but you won't cover.
Both money line picks, Cleveland. Luke.
Oh, hey, Luke. Nice mute. That's the first one.
Hey, we had the first mute in a while.
That's the first one, yeah.
Over under 2.5 today. 2.5 today.
I was wondering why it was so quiet. And then the math adds up. Texas Clowns versus Ohio Clowns. I'll take Ohio Clowns.
We've got Ohio Clowns times 3 now. Dre.
Oh, no. Did we lose him?
Oh, there he is.
I'm going to go with he said Browns.
Oh, there we go. Chubb's gonna have like 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. Browns win.
All right, we got 4 Cleveland Browns money line picks on the line. Here we go. I am taking the Cleveland Browns to win this game as well. So just put your fingers in there, wave them like you just don't care. But I was going to say it's not going to be easy to cover. I think Houston has a ton of energy in this game early. I think it's going to be.
I was quite impressed with their second half against Miami. They had Miami worried a little bit.
Yeah, they're gonna play hard in this game. I'm not sure if it's going to be anything close to being a game where they win, but it's definitely going to be a game where they are going to be hitting as much as they can, trying to get to Deshaun Watson. So look for this game to be high energy for Houston early on, and see if they can ride the adrenaline to the end of the game. Let's move on to Baltimore Ravens, 8.5-point favorites versus the Denver Broncos. And boy, the Denver Broncos suck. That's a topic that we have to explore at the end of the season, how wrong we were on them. But anybody taking Broncos in this game?
Jerry Jeudy's back, so that'd be my only reason as to why. But
I'm telling you right now, fucking 8.5 against a team that just blows leads worse than Deshaun Watson. Like,
Thank
what
you.
are we doing? What are we doing? What?
If Denver is at home, I would actually pick the upset.
I would actually think about it.
This is a great get.
I don't even care about the spread.
Denver,
I just think
right?
that if you were going to have a get right spot, then it'd be at home against a team that blows leads. But to go on the road and think that Russ, who can't throw like 1 touchdown pass in a game.
I'm just saying, though,
he's the
Carson
second
Wentz
worst
played in
QBR in the
6
league.
weeks
He's like
and
last
still has
in
more
touchdowns. Like, he's so bad. And they have no running game because Javante's hurt. They're leaning on Latavius Murray, who couldn't even make the Saints behind Mark Ingram. Like,
yeah, old ass Mark Ingram.
no, I'm good. I'm good on this one. Let's go Baltimore.
Yeah.
We just taking Ravens money line.
Ratbirds.
Ravens money line.
Would we do like 2.5?
I feel safe 2.5 for sure.
Field goal game.
Honestly, how sad is it when your defensive linemen come up to you and tell you how fucking bad you are?
Can we just appreciate the fact that Tucker still almost hit a 67-yarder?
Dobbins is back to it too.
Right there.
65. It's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good 2.5. I'm good 2.5.
I don't think he
Is
gets
that all that
66.
we don't have that many, do we?
Well, you have the 2 money line picks. I'm not sure if you put those in there. Cleveland and Baltimore, or Cleveland, just Cleveland, and then
Cleveland
Baltimore
money line.
2.5.
Baltimore 2.5.
Dobbins is back and Judy's not playing, so I could do -3.
Is Dobbins back for sure?
Yeah, Dobbins is back on the report today.
Okay.
Yeah, he can be in that committee of 17 running backs that they run,
including
it works for them. It works for them. Let's move on in the NFC East game of the week. Giants versus Commanders. Commanders 2.5-point favorites on the road. I feel like this is going to be a fun one. Let's start this one off with you, Kenny.
Giants and the Heineke streak at home. I think Heineke figures out a way to win games, but I just think that division game at home, pretty good Giants defense. The Commanders aren't great against the run either. I think you just have a good Saquon day and Giants win.
Giants with the first pick here, Andrew.
Chase Young is back. That's why this run game will be awful. The Commanders win cover.
You got split picks going into it, Luke.
I'm not doubting Taylor Heineke anymore. Like he's just pissing me off. So I'm just gonna go with the Commanders.
Love him.
We got 2 Washington picks, 1 Giants pick. Drake.
Heineke to Scary Terry with 1 minute left. Commanders finish.
Yeah, I am going to go with the Giants at home. I think it's hard to write a home team off in these. I think they split. Washington wins at home. Giants win at home. Have these teams played already this year?
I think so. I think that was the first Heineke game.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm taking Giants to win this game. They get their bounce back from last week, losing to another division rival, and Giants get right a little bit. I still don't think the Giants are very good, but they're better than the Commanders. And yeah, so no BCMG guarantee on that one. That moves us on to our next game, which is going to be a fun one. Detroit versus Jacksonville in a game where we'll see a lot of points. Jacksonville 1.5-point favorites on the road in this game. I'll start this one off. I am going pure Lions in this game. I think they feel the hunger. They feel the vibe. No Cool Runnings reference. I just think they're going to win. And I think they score enough points to keep the Jacksonville Jaguars off at home and keep their playoff lives alive. So taking Detroit at home to win against Jacksonville, money line, take it to the bank. Going to you, Luke.
I never thought I'd have to actually pick this game ever in my entire life. Like, if this was like 6 years ago, I'd want to blow my face off right now. But like, I'm gonna go with the Lions. I actually like what I saw out of Williams and Swifty the other Thanksgiving, so I'll go with the Lions.
2 Lions picks. We go over to Dre.
He ain't picking the Lions.
He's symbolizing a BCMG guarantee right now.
Yeah,
I'm guessing he's going Lions with that symbol. That's 3 Lions. All right, Kenny.
Jags.
We got a Jags pick, which ruins the finger waving. You want to make a case, Kenny? You just want to say Jags?
I think the Lions are competitive, but we just talked about the fact that they keep losing
Christian
close games. We just keep talking about the fact that they lose close games. So I don't know. I think the Jags figure out a way. They maybe found something last week because Trevor Lawrence actually led a game-winning drive like a #1 overall pick is supposed to do, and he hasn't done for a year and a half. So I'm just going to ride the hot hand and think that they're going to figure out a way to win.
Andrew.
I'm with Getty, man. I like what I saw out of Trevor Lawrence. I mean, honestly,
goddamn time.
The Lions' biggest problem has been for the last 2 years is close games, and they don't win them. The Jags have enough offensive weapons to beat this defense. Give me the Jags.
The only thing that worries me is no Etienne likely, but
McHasty looked good.
Hasty's okay, but I mean, like,
Looked really good.
I know, but the difference between those two is like pretty significant. That's the only thing that hurts
Hasty's
it. But I still think they figure out a way to win. I'm
For
not
me,
worried about it.
for me, if it's in Jacksonville, I'd probably be right in Jacksonville this game. I think the home field does wonders for Detroit.
You mean Buffalo's home field?
Buffalo's,
Yeah, sorry, Buffalo's second home. That's
yeah,
right.
they're playing away this week. It's 2 away teams.
In a non-primetime game, the Vikings take on the Jets. Vikings 3-point favorites against the Jets, who sat their quarterback and still won last week against the Bears. I kind of think it's an insult to Minnesota for this game to be so close. I'm taking Minnesota in a landslide. I think it's going to be mini by 12. But I'm going to ride Vikings at home. What about you, Kenny?
I'm going to take the Jets with Mike White because the only thing that's let them down all year has been quarterback play, and he looked pretty good last week. I know it's the Bears, but
and in the rain.
But I mean, you're going to get to play in a dome. You have lots of weapons. You have a good defense that can cause issues for Kirk. Kirk hasn't been great the last couple of weeks. Like, he's thrown picks.
Fully healthy.
He's thrown picks. He got very lucky that Josh Allen can't hold on to a football on his own goal line. And I think we're going to figure out this week that the Jets are for real and they're going to pick up their biggest win of the year.
Fun fact for those following the coin flip, finally got its first loss. Of course it did. The week I finally went with it. All right, Andrew, what about you?
I really like what Mike White did in that offense. I think Robert Saleh had a great game plan for him. If I'm Wilson, man, I'm confused on what the hell I'm going to do here because I mean, for most of the season, he's been the reason why they're good. Had a couple dull games, but that Jets D is fucking good, and the Vikings struggle against good Ds, man. I'm gonna go with the Jets.
I mean, Zach Wilson, as soon as that game ended, called Disney and said, "All right, what do we got to do to set up a Disney original show for the kid? Because like I'm not going to be in the NFL in 2 years."
Yeah, it's very true. Very true. Luke.
Well, I didn't realize that Mike White, first of all, besides being the whitest name in American football history,
you don't say.
Or a default player in Madden 2009, that he was the second coming of Joe Montana, because holy fuck, the New York media is making this dude out to be like
I know
the next A-Raj Boogie out here. Like,
but to his credit, he came in last year and lit it up too.
Listen, he won a game in the NFL. One of 31 other ones have also done that this year. Okay,
I'm not even saying that White's going to go and throw for 400 yards. Just he's not going to throw for 75 yards like Zach Wilson.
He's done what he's needed to do, and that's win football games for the New York Football Giants. Like he's
Taylor Heineke of the AFC,
right? Honestly, that's probably the perfect.
Yeah, I'll take that. Analogy. Good defense, decent run game, pretty good weapons.
I had Garrett Wilson last week, so hopefully that continues, and I'm going to go with the Jets.
Yeah, for the love of God, don't start Mike White in fantasy. Like, don't think that you're going to five-head this and that, like, hey, I'm going to go to my waiver wire and start Mike White over Tua because he might have a tough matchup. Like,
that's
no,
right there.
Stop being stupid. Just
I had somebody drop Russell Wilson and pick up White in my league.
Wow. Yeah, the only guy that you could potentially start.
There you go, Dre. Give us your pick while you're on.
No, Wi-Fi cut out.
No, he's giving the symbols.
I'm kidding.
Are you picking is that a Jets pick?
Yeah, I think it is. But like, didn't someone already pick Minnesota?
I did, so it's not. It's
there's
not
no guarantee.
Then Jets. I'm taking the Jets.
Everybody choose the Jets except for
I'm
me.
taking
You guys
the
are
Jets.
pleasantly surprised. You're getting me pleasantly surprised.
Well, you're
All
not going to audible this?
No, absolutely not. Falcons versus Steelers.
So you don't like them that much.
Steelers
Vikings suck.
1.5
Vikings suck.
1.5 point favorites. Luke, I'll start with you. How you feeling about the Steelers?
I truly don't know about this game. Like I think I touched on it earlier. I mean, I think the defense can hold it together against Cordero Patterson, because that's really all I'm really worried about. But I don't. This game.
Game sucks.
This is a snoozer. It is, like, for real.
Are you calling
can't
this
believe...
your snoozer of the week?
Yes, I am. I'm surprised it's not a pick 'em, honestly. I really I really am. Like, this is. I'm gonna go with the Steelers, but I can't believe that they're favored 1.5. I really don't.
It's quite
understand
remarkable. How about you, Kenny?
I mean, this isn't the snoozer, but I'll take the Falcons.
All right, already got split picks going to Andrew.
If Pickens gets a touchdown this week, I'm getting a jersey. So let's go Steelers.
All right, 2 Pitties and 1 Atlanta. Let's go over to Dre.
Who's playing at home?
Atlanta.
I'm taking Atlanta because Cordell Patterson's back, fully healthy. So I'm just gonna go with them. I think Harris is hurt, right?
Yes. Yeah,
which is the only offense the Steelers have anyway. Yeah, I'm rolling with Atlanta.
Yeah, this one's a toss-up for me. If you have to think about no Kyle Pitts, not that they were using him correctly anyways in Atlanta. Their defense secondary is terrible. Kenny Pickett could look like fucking Tom Brady this week. I mean, like he could look absolutely amazing. Mariota's done wonders with the offense though. At home, to me, honestly, it's a coin flip. So I did have 50-50 on my sheet. What I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna roll Pittsburgh to get another win on the road against Atlanta this weekend. I'm gonna take Pittsburgh to win this game, calling it the Pickens game, and we'll call that the only time I'm gonna say that on this show. All right, let's move on to Philly. Eagles 5-point favorites against the Titans. This is gonna be a doozy of a game. We'll start this one off with you, Kenny.
Titans.
Titans beat the Eagles. Andrew.
Titans.
2 Titans picks. Make it 3. I'm taking the Titans to win as well. Dre.
No, I'm going with the Eagles. I think it's going to be like 600 rushing yards in this game or something.
Probably.
You probably want to bet the under on this game, honestly.
But
There's
over on
be
the
so much
rushing.
running the football, the clock's just going to be moving the whole day.
Very true.
Over on the
Very
rush.
true. Luke.
Although it's only 44, it's not that steep.
Nah, it's not bad.
Is Tannehill okay? I know he fucked up his ankle pretty good.
Yeah, he's all right.
Is he okay?
You got Derrick Henry. Does it matter?
I'll go with the Titans, I guess.
There we go. Another Titans pick there. 4-1 Titans. We're going to audible this one. Tennessee is going to be put on that parlay. Tennessee money line
You're
at the very
doing
least.
everything you can to boost these odds from like minus 200 to plus.
Yeah, we haven't had
something.
any picks on there. So we'll do our first ITL audible on there. Let's move on to San Francisco, in which I think this is going to be a very good game. 49ers, 4-point favorites at home against the Miami Dolphins, who've had a lot of rest, considering they didn't play any starters in the second half on offense. All right, so Niners, 4-point favorites. Elijah Mitchell out for the year unless San Francisco makes the playoffs. Very similar situation to Von Miller. So it'll be McCaffrey and what is it, Hasty?
No. McCaffrey and
Kyle Juszczyk.
Yeah, Kyle Juszczyk will be the
probably
secondary.
is. It probably is. They have nobody left. They traded Jeff Wilson.
It's true. I'm going to take Miami to win this game. I'm going to start this one off. I'm taking Miami to win this game. I think Tua continues to flex. Andrew.
Jeff Wilson says, "Fuck you," and goes for 2 touchdowns. Dolphins win.
Luke.
So it's Christian McCaffrey, Jordan Mason.
Oh yeah, the special teams guy.
That's right. Yeah, that's how their rushing went last week. Elijah Mitchell, 35 yards. Christian McCaffrey, 32 yards. Jordan Mason, 25 yards. Jimmy Garoppolo, 4 yards. Deebo Samuel, 0. So yeah, I can't believe they won 13-0. That's so. Ugh. I'll just keep it on a roll. Give me the Niners.
Niners gonna get the pick there. Dre.
Making his way downtown.
I'm gonna go with NFL MVP Tua and the Dolphins.
He's not the MVP.
There we go.
Taking the Dolphins.
MVP Tua
No,
is
the MVP.
has been selected by Dre Rogers.
What? What?
Kenny.
What's Tua fantasy wise? Because I believe at the start of the year, I made a bold claim that he'd be in the top 5.
Well, he's certainly not the MVP.
I'll check that. I'll check that for you right now. Go ahead and Kenny, give me your pick.
I don't know. I think people like the idea of the Dolphins going into San Fran and winning way more than it's actually going to be possible. I do think the 49ers are going to win, but 4 is a gross number, so I definitely wouldn't take them.
So you're taking Niners to win?
I see Tua at 16.
Yeah, I have him at 16 as well.
Oh, he did miss weeks though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sucks to suck, nerd.
3 Miami picks, 2 Niners picks. We are going to move on. Rams versus Seahawks, in which I think nobody takes the Rams on this show.
No. I'll take Van Jefferson, though.
Oh, God.
Can we talk spread pick, though? What are we comfortable with as a spread?
Who's at home?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
They're so fucked, man. It doesn't even matter.
Dude, there's no Robinson, there's no Cup, there's no Stafford.
I'll take
But
Van
the NFL doesn't
Jefferson.
make sense.
I'm telling you. You know what, Kenny? You do you, bro. You do you. What do you want? What do you want? Let me just get your pick, and then we'll roll it or we won't.
I am going to take the LA Rams at home.
Fuck.
Wow. All right. Los Angeles Rams ruins that BCMG
Weird
pick there.
division game on the road. Everyone writing you off.
And then
I
you'll
just
win
think
this
it's going to be something really stupid that happens. Like Gino has a bad day and they scrap it out like something gross, like 14-10.
Londo agrees with you. He's taking the Rams as well. But he can't even name who the starting quarterback is, so I wouldn't think too much
So are
about
we
it.
audibling the Rams into the parlay or
No,
Oh.
not at all.
Not
at all.
that confident.
Not that confident. All right. Raiders versus Chargers
Fine,
in
you
the
don't wanna
final
win money,
game
I
of the
get it.
week. Raiders versus Chargers. I think this is going to be a really good game. I think the Raiders need the win. Chargers need the win. Since, Kenny, you're so confident and the NFL doesn't make sense, who are you taking in this game?
the NFL doesn't make sense, but the Raiders winning does.
Kenny's going Las Vegas in the final pick for fire round picks. Andrew.
I fucking hate this game, man. Oh, give me the Raiders.
2 Raiders picks. Luke.
The Raiders.
3 Raiders picks. Dre.
What the heck?
Sign it out.
Dre Rogers, please.
Dre, who you got?
Get your
Raiders or
answers.
Chargers?
Or at the very least, adjust your hat.
I don't think we have you, Dre, so we're going to...
We almost made it to the end.
Almost. That was impressive.
I see him moving. I see him weaving and bobbing. I'm taking the Chargers to win this game.
But wait,
isn't
Jacobs questionable?
Oh, no,
he's playing. He's playing.
Jacobs is questionable.
Yeah, but he's playing. He's just getting rest.
Jacobs is questionable.
Oh, my gosh.
How many times do you want to say he's questionable?
One more.
One more. Okay. Is he trying to do sign language? Or?
I'm not sure. Dre's having connection issues, so let's help him off the stage.
Sounds like wave, but Raider.
What a flying way to finish
I'm
the show.
gonna take the Chargers to win this game. I think it's tough to pin just how good the Chargers are because they seem to blow leads. But it was really gutsy last week, and you might have Mike Williams back, and you have a healthy Keenan Allen. So I'm gonna take the Chargers to win this game. Think the Vegas ride is over. Dre left from backstage. I guess he's trying to fix his connection. I'm going to put him down for Chargers. That's a split pick, so we are not going to audible that one. But Kenny, give us our rundown on the BCMG guarantee.
I don't even know if I got all of them, but give me. I think we only have 5, honestly.
That's what I have.
Bills -2.5, Cowboys -4, Ravens -2.5, Browns money line, Titans money line.
That's what I got.
Plus 920.
Hey, that's not bad money there. $5 bet went to 45. But we will post that as the episode comes out. We appreciate all y'all supporting us through Thanksgiving. Hope y'all had a wonderful holiday break. We have a lot of holidays coming up in the next month, but a lot of great games in December as you see some of these teams who are real come out and those who are not flop. All right. So with that being said, let's do our sign-offs. We start off with just Luke, my American comrade. Go ahead, buddy. Tell people where they can find you.
You can find me in Washington, D.C. tomorrow, just marching away with the United States soccer flag, just getting it in the D.C. area. No, you can find me on Twitter at King of Hearts 82. Because it's sad boy season, but it's not sad boy season because we won today. We won yesterday, so I'll take a W.
As long as the USA is in the World Cup, I just expect every time for you to talk, you have like an eagle noise, like, and then you just start
I will
talking.
absolutely have a fog machine and play Hulk Hogan's theme song. 1,000%.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Andrew, talk to us, baby.
I am the real American. That would be absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, you guys can find me at the Boomtown Pod. Season 3 debuts on Monday. So we are back, and then it's the worst time to come back because then we're going to be gone for another 3 weeks because there's no MMA for 3 weeks. So
welcome back.
Yeah, we're pumped to be back. Season 3, we're doing really big things. We've got a lot of guests lined up, which is awesome. Got some great sponsors this upcoming season as well. So, and we have a giveaway night number 1. So make sure you guys are tuned in.
Way to go, way to go, way to go. Andrew, the Boomtown Pod, congrats on some personal victories in your life. I heard you got a new gig, so
yes,
super big
I did.
congrats. Absolutely. Kenny Cotterill.
Just follow me on Twitter at HedgePod. Sometimes I win at betting, sometimes I don't. That's kind of just like how betting works. So I try and win more than I lose. Not really in November, but there's still time. So thank you, Ernest, for another phenomenal show.
Kenny, I feel like I win every single Tuesday because you're on the show. Just want you to feel good about that.
That's the softest thing that's ever been said on this show.
Softer than kitty shit.
You're welcome. I am your host, Ernest. So at Intellect Pod is where you're watching this. We appreciate you guys spending your Tuesday night. For those of you listening throughout the week, we appreciate y'all as well. Good luck on your bets this week. A small parlay, so hopefully we hit this one. We've already hit one this year, but hopefully we hit another one. That'd be wonderful to hit a couple, maybe 3, maybe 4 this year. Go Cowboys and every other team that you guys are rooting for. Hopefully the Texans get their revenge. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Good night, y'all.
Yeah.